Hey, welcome in all you DPC rebels and resistance fighters. It's Dr. Shane back with another Friday 5-minute magic tip. Got Dr. Luke here with me today. Luke
Morning.
Kirk from Springfield, Missouri. Command Family Medicine, growing, getting bigger, joining some employers. So just want to share a little bit of information about what he's doing out in Middle Earth over there, as we call it, Missouri. So a lot of folks expanding and adding to their ranks, adding physicians. So just want to hear from other folks how they're doing it and how it's going. So my first question is, Luke, have you seen Homer Simpson in Springfield recently?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, nice. So tell us about what's going on. I know you got some employers. I know you got a trucking company you employed with, and maybe you got some new people adding in. So tell us how that's working, how the physicians, adding physicians to help you do that. What's
Yeah.
going on, man?
Yeah. So technically, I've got 3 locations now. I've got my 2 main pure DPC locations are Springfield and in Branson. And then just this spring, I bought an on-site clinic at a trucking company in Springfield. Part of the deal was they wanted to still be, the clinic be able to do fee for service and build insurance for their employees benefits plan. So we're doing that, unfortunately, but we're also offering DPC. So we just opened that up last week, and we've already had over 50 people sign up in a week. So that's pretty good response. And then the other 2 main clinics, we've got a little over 50, I think 53% of our patients are from employers.
Wow.
And we've got patients total. And so a little over 1,100 plus 1,200 are from employers. And then of that, we have 2 larger employers. One we have, I think, around 600 patients from, and one we have around 900 patients from. So big bulk of our employer patients are from 2 big employers in town. One in Springfield and one in Branson. And then we've got at our Springfield pure DPC location, we've got 2 other doctors. We've got a nurse practitioner and a PA there. And then in Branson, we've got a doctor and a nurse practitioner. And at the new on-site clinic, we've got a PA and a nurse practitioner, and then just hiring a doctor that's going to start in a week. So
cool. That's a lot. It's busy. That's keeping you jumping, man, to
Yeah.
oversee all that.
Yeah.
The how is hiring like physicians and even your nurse practitioners, PAs? Has that been a difficult stretch for you? Patients coming and going. How's that going? Because I know a lot of people struggle with, especially physicians, trying to get them into the DPC game.
Yeah. Physicians especially has been a struggle. They're used to the guaranteed salary with the hospital systems, and they got golden handcuffs there. They've got their mortgage, the big mortgage of their house, and kids in private school and things like that. So it's a little bit harder to get them to make the jump. I feel like and when I first started, I thought I'm only going to hire docs. I wasn't planning on hiring nurse practitioners or PAs. And then as I got into it and growing and needed people to help, I couldn't get a doc to join me initially. So I hired the best, nurse practitioners, PAs that I could find. And that's worked out pretty well. But finally, it seems like more recently, it's been a little bit easier to get doctors on that. They're just getting more burned out than they were before. But we brought 2 doctors on roughly around the same time about 2 years ago. And they're both doing well. One's fairly full. I think one's around 400 patients.
Wow.
And then the doctor in Branson, he's not quite full-time DPC for me, because he works a lot of ER shifts and does other things. So it's a little bit easier jump for him to come on and take care of our patients there. But
nice.
I've been trying to recruit docs, and it's like I said, I think it's starting to get a little bit easier. But even still, especially the residents coming out, they got their student loans and they want to get in the public service loan forgiveness program, and so that makes it a big barrier to bringing on those newer docs. But actually, the doc I hired at the on-site clinic, she just finished residency a year ago. She did a year contract with the local hospital system,
right?
Kind of filling in gaps where they had openings where doctors left or were sick or something. and she hated it, and
Oh.
she's ready to make the jump. So she's coming on there.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Last thing, when you I've talked to a lot of people that work with employers, and one thing I try to ask them is when you get an employer that signs up with you, do you find most of them stay, or do you have like the whole employee, not just the employee? I'm talking about the companies. I hear
Mhm.
more and more DPC docs who work with employers. Those employers tend to just stay. They don't really quit.
Mhm.
Unless there's a massive change, they go bankrupt or something. But most of the people, once they sign up, they really love the DPC,
Yeah.
and the employees really love it. And so it almost becomes very difficult for them to stop using DPC.
Right.
So have you found that to be true?
For the most part, we have had a few employers that have left for different reasons. One of them, the owner decided he was going to switch up the benefits plan, and actually it backfired, and the employees haven't been happy with the switch. And it was a small like plumbing company. I think maybe we had like 15 or 20, and I think we've had close to like half people have signed back up on their own.
Wow.
And the owner was talking to my PA and said that they may just go ahead and add the benefit back because everyone was upset that they dropped it. But then we did have earlier this year a nurse practitioner that she was actually the first one to join me on the practitioner side back in like 2016, I think is when she joined, 2016, 2017. Right. And she wanted to leave and start her own just weight loss hormone clinic. She didn't want to do pure DPC anymore. And so when she left, we had a couple employers that a lot of their employees were her patients, and they didn't like that transition. They didn't like, the new nurse practitioner that we hired as much, or we had one group, it was smaller. They only had like 9, but they left because the doctor that they were seeing didn't do like hormone replacement stuff, which we have other practitioners in our practice that do that. Instead of asking, can we switch to somebody else, they just quit. But
Okay.
But for the most part, yeah, I mean, it's pretty low turnover on the employer side.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sound like some are coming back even.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Like I said, Dr. Luke is in Springfield, Missouri area, Branson, Missouri area. If you're in that neck of the woods, you can reach out, check him out at Command Family Medicine. You can just Google that and find them. If you want to catch up with him in that area, it'd be really cool to hang out. He'll be happy to help you, give you some tips. If you need a job, he'll probably hook you up with that too. So thanks for hanging out with us today.